So what is a little Govardhan Hill? Nothing. So Krishna can lift Govardhan Hill if we understand who is Krishna. So similarly, with Ram, we hear that Ram fought with 14,000 Rakshasas and dispatched them all. Stones floated in the ocean, and Ravana kidnapped Mother Sita on a flying airplane. So typically these Leelas that are described in our Shastra, Mahabharata, Ramayana, Puranas, Itihasa, Upanishads, people take them, unfortunately, even in this great country, India, they take them to be fairy tales, mythology. Even recently, not so recently, maybe 6 months ago, Sri Narendra Modi was speaking in Parliament and he happened to mention the Leela of Krishna and Sudama. It was reported in the news that Narendra Modi mentioned the mythological character Krishna and Sudama. Is Krishna a myth? Is Sudama a myth? Is their relationship a myth? This is one of the most heart-rending, heart-melting leelas in the entire Bhagavatam. Such a beautiful leela. But how is it presented in the public media? What does the public media want the public to think about Lord's leela? Oh, it is mythology. It never happened. It is a fairy story. So this is very, very unfortunate. So we should understand leela from the standpoint of tattva, to understand it from Shastra. Who is Sita? Understand Sita and who is Ram, who is Ravana. Understand all the characters from the standpoint of tattva. Then the Leela becomes so much more relishable. So who is Sita? Who is Sita? Sita is the Lord's eternal consort. She is as powerful as the Lord himself, like sunlight and sun. What is the difference between sun and sunlight? It is the same. Shakti, Shaktimato, Abheda. They are the same. Shakti and Shaktiman, the energy and energetic are one and the same, yet different. Achinta Beda Betattva. Sunlight is not different from the sun. And what is the meaning to sunlight without the sun? And what is the meaning to the sun without sunlight? So what is the meaning to Rama without Sita? Lord is always accompanied by his consort. Krishna is accompanied by Radha. Rama is accompanied by Sita. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accompanied by Gadadhar Pandit. All the avatars of the Lord are accompanied by their consorts. So she is Hladini Shakti. This is an important principle to understand because what is the power that engages us in devotional service? Hladini Shakti means that Shakti, that energy of the Lord that makes the Lord happy, that pleases the Lord. And he is pleased only by devotional service. Bhaktyamam abhijanati yamanjasmita tato vishate danantaram, vishate tadanantaram. Now, how to go back to Godhead? How to understand the Lord? Only by engaging in devotional service. And that is the portfolio of Sita Devi, Radha, Lakshmi. Lakshmi is always with Narayan. Sita is always with Ram. Radharani is always with Krishna. She is the Hladini Shakti of the Lord, and Bhakti means to be blessed by that energy, that Hladini Shakti, to give happiness to the Lord. So how important is Sita in Ram Leela? There is no Ram Leela without Sita. There's no, there's no Ram Leela without Ravana also, but we'll get to that. So Janak Maharaj was the father of Sita, and he was a great king. And there was it's called Anavrishti, a drought, no rainfall. So there is some blessing that if the emperor himself tills the land, that rainfall will come. Janak Maharaj was tilling the land, and the plow struck a golden box. He opened the box, and within was a beautiful golden child, Sita. Sita, the word Sita means furrow, the mark that a plowshare makes as it goes through the land. It's called a furrow or Sita. So she was named Sita, and this is the appearance of Sita in the material world. She was raised as by her loving father, and she was no less powerful than the Lord himself. In the palace of Janak Maharaj was Lord Shiva's bow. 400 powerful Kshatriya men could not lift the bow. But Sita was sound one afternoon. The nursemaid was observing her playing with ball. The ball got stuck in the tree and said, "Oh, I need something to get that ball down." She simply picked up the bow with one hand, knocked the ball out of the tree, and put it back. Everyone was very surprised. What is the power of this girl? Immense power, because she has the same power as the Lord himself. So it came time for her marriage, and she was able to, her father arranged for a swayamvar, means that she was able to pick her own husband. All the great kings came and vied for her hand in marriage because she was so attractive, exquisitely beautiful, being non-different from Lakshmi herself. And the task was to string that bow of Lord Shiva, that the Lord Shiva's Dhanush. So everyone tried. Most of the big, powerful Kshatriyas couldn't even lift the bow, what to speak of string the bow. So finally, it was Rama's turn. He simply lifted the bow with one hand, and when he went to string it, the bow broke with a resounding sound that shattered the hearts of all the participants. The sound was so intense. So Sita accepted Rama because, again, back to Tattva, who is Sita? She's eternal consort of Rama. They can never be separated. But in Leela, she gets married to Rama, and this Swayamvara takes place. So ultimately, you all know the basic principle of what happened, how Sita and Rama were banished. Actually, not Sita. Rama was banished to the forest by the intrigue of Manthara and Kaikeyi. This is also important to understand. How did Kaikeyi, who had so much love for Rama, more than her own son Bharat, she had love for Rama. How did Kaikeyi become so evil-hearted, evil-minded? Only by asatsanga, by bad association. By bad association, she became self-centered and said, "Let my son Bharat become king, and Rama has to be banished to the forest." In a nutshell, this is the whole story. That's not necessarily related to the Sita story, so we'll leave it at that. So Ram and Sita Ram was banished to the forest, and this is an important thing to understand, that Sita was not banished. She's not obliged. The request was made by not Janak Maharaj. Um, by Rama's father,
Dashrath Maharaj.
Dasarath, I'm sorry, my brain didn't work there a minute. By Dasarath Maharaj, he gave Kaikeyi two vows, two boons, that you can use them whenever you like. She chose to use them at that time to banish Ram to the forest and to place Bharat as king of Ayodhya. So Sita wasn't obliged to go to the forest. The instruction was for Rama. This is very instructive because they asked Sita, "How can you leave you're the queen. You were ready to be the queen, the princess living in such opulent life. And how can you leave Ayodhya?" She replied that wherever my Rama is, that is my Ayodhya. She can't leave the side of Rama. So without Rama, what is the need of opulent? What is the meaning of opulent life without Rama? So this is significant for any lady, that she should serve her husband with pativrata in the same way. That if the husband is opulent and prosperous, she should serve. And she should serve if there is disaster, if there is poverty, if there is accident, if there is loss, and in any circumstance of life, she should serve her husband. So this is analogous to our relationship with the Lord. How to serve the Lord. He is the only Purush. In material life, we consider ourselves Purush. I am the husband of this wife. I am the Lord of this kingdom. I am the owner of this business. I am the master. Ishwaroham aham bhogi. Siddhoham balavan sukhi. I am perfect, powerful, and happy. I am the master. I am the Lord. This is demoniac mentality. So there's only one Purush, there's only one enjoyer, and that is Krishna. And we are all Prakriti. We are meant to give service to the Lord in any circumstance of life, exactly like Sita gave service to Rama. She didn't leave the side of Rama when he lost his kingdom. So in our relationship with the Lord, devotional service, sometimes challenges come in life. Poverty may come, disease may come. Many challenges are there. We can expect to be challenged because that is the very nature, the irreducible nature of this material world. Challenge is inherent. It's just a question of what and when. What will challenge us? What disaster will come? And when will it come? You're all young men, so that may be intangible, difficult for you to grasp, but it is a fact. In life, many blessings are there and many challenges will also come. That is the nature of this material world. Ichadvesha samutena dvandva mohena bharata. It is a world of duality. There's no utopia where everything remains good and prosperous and happy and healthy. It can never stay like that because the world is so constituted. And that is the blessing of the Lord. Sometimes people say, why little boys get hit by trucks and die in childhood? Why is there disease? Why is there war? What kind of God creates a world like that? This is a stupid understanding. It's not that God has created the world. We have created this world in disobedience and flagrant denial of the power and mercy of the Lord. Prabhupada gave a nice example. He said, if you're facing the sun, there's no shadow. As soon as you turn your back to the sun, there is shadow. And what is darkness? Can you put darkness in a bottle? Here's a bottle full of darkness. What is darkness? Darkness is defined as absence of light. Krishna Surya Sam Maya Hai Andhakar. So what is Maya? What is darkness? What is illusion? What is the result? Why is there war? Why is there disease? Why is there murder? Why are all these horrible things in the world? Because we've turned our back on the Lord. We've come to this world in disobedience and flagrant violation of the laws of God, and we wonder, why is it like this? Why God made the world like this? He didn't make it like we've created this horrible situation by our disobedience and neglect of our relationship with the Lord. So Sita served Rama in any circumstance, and we should also serve the Lord in every circumstance. This is Pativrata. So Krishna is the husband of every living being. He's the father of every living being. And if we serve him nicely in any circumstance, then our relationship with the Lord is fixed up. So we should try to make Ram happy in every circumstance. And the materialistic mind wants Ram Raja, the opulent kingdom of Rama, the happiness of Ram Raja, the opulence and prosperity and happy situation of Ram Raja, where no one is unhappy. No, there's no disease, there's no poverty, there's no crime, there's no theft, no murder, no rape. Everyone's happy, prosperous, blissful, joyful. Can can we imagine a world like that? It's possible in Ram Raja. But what is the problem? People want Ram Raja. They want that world, but they don't want Rama. This is the whole problem in the material world. They want happy, prosperous life, Ram Raja, but they don't want Rama. This is the whole problem. So this nature of the material world is also quite positive. Devotional life means Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yoga Sikshartameka Purusha Purana. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sharira Dhari Kripam Buddha Yastamaham Prabhade. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya wrote this prayer glorifying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he's saying why Mahaprabhu came to this world. One of the main reasons is Vairagya and Vidya. To teach detachment and knowledge. And they go hand in hand. If we're detached from this world, this is the symptom of knowledge. Knowing that I can't stay here, my life is temporary, it's over at any time, there's no guarantee. And what is the value of all the things that I've worked so hard to accumulate? Can I take them with me? Are they meaningful? When the last breath leaves my body, are my material assets meaningful? Are they helpful to me? Is your educational degree meaningful at when the last breath leaves your body? Can you can you show your educational certificate, your BTech, MTech, MBBS, BPharm, et cetera, certificate to Yamadutas? Say, look at this. I'm an educated man. So sorry, come with us. You have an appointment with Yamaraj. Can you show your bank statement? Oh, my dear Yamadutas, I'm a very prosperous man. See, I'm Kurorpati. I'm very wealthy. I'm a prosperous, successful man. So sorry, come with me. You have an appointment with Yamaraj. So what is our asset at the time of death? When the last breath leaves our body, our only asset is our bhakti. And that bhakti is the function of Sita Devi, of Radha, of Lakshmi, to engage us in service to the Lord. So that service should be a Haitukiya Pratiyata, and Sita Devi shows that example by her unalloyed devotional service to Rama in any circumstance of life. So we shouldn't be fair weather devotees. That I can serve the Lord when my life is good, when I'm comfortable, when I'm eating nicely, when I have a nice place to sleep, my test scores are good, people respect me, my family's happy with me, then I can serve. It can't stay. Adibhutam Sharobhava. Krishna says this material world is endlessly mutable. It's always in flux. Nothing stays the same. So if you're very happy and satisfied now, you can be sure that some obstacle will come. If you're experiencing obstacles, you can be sure that it won't last forever and that happiness is around the corner. It is the nature of this material world. Duality, ichchadvesha, things we want, things we can't have, things we're afraid of, things we wish we could avoid but can't. This is the nature of this material world. So in spite of all of that, Sita Devi is showing the example. What is the jiva's soul? Because we're all technically married to the Lord. We're his servants. We're prakriti. How to please the Lord in every circumstance was shown by Sita Devi. So the Leela with Sita Devi and Marich is also very instructive. The first thing to understand is Sita Devi is so powerful. She's all-knowing like the Lord. How does she become bewildered by an insignificant demon in the form of a golden deer? This is Leela, because without Marich, then Rama isn't taken away from the guarding Sita. Lakshmana's not taken away from guarding Sita. And Ravana can't come and take Sita. So Marich plays a pivotal role in the whole Leela. But Sita is playing the role of a conditioned soul. We should be certain in our mind that she's not a conditioned soul. She's the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi herself, playing the role of the wife of a prince that has been banished to the forest, a Sati Saviti wife who's been banished to whose husband has been banished to the forest. She's playing that role. This is the Leela. But we should remember what is Tattva, that Sita Devi can burn to ashes millions of Ravanas by lifting an eyebrow. Immediately she can kill millions of Ravanas. But in Leela, she's being kidnapped by Ravana, rascal Ravana, Badmash Ravana. How did it happen? Sita had to be confused and attracted to the golden deer. So this is also significant because in life, many analogical golden deers will come before us in terms of wealth and women and position and so many things that seem very, very attractive to us, but will simply be the cause of our trouble. So this is also very instructive because Maya's attractions create traps and make us suffer. And that as Sita Devi ultimately suffered because of her attraction to the golden deer. And when Ram was called away, because Sita said, please catch him for me. Ram was also Ram was also confused by Marich. No, this is Leela. Lord's enjoying this Leela. He's playing his part in the Leela. Is he confused by Marich? No, he's enjoying this Leela. So he goes to catch the deer, and then Marich calls in the voice of Rama, Lakshman, help! Lakshman, help! So Lakshman is torn. He's confused. What to do? He's bewildered. Shall I stay here? I promised Rama to stay and guard Sita, and now Rama is calling me, but it wasn't the voice of Rama. Lakshman was also confused. Lakshman was confused, bewildered. Rama was bewildered. Sita was, none of them are bewildered. This is Leela. So before he left, he thought, yes, I have to go to my brother's call to protect him. This is my duty. I came to the forest to protect him. Now he's calling for my help. How can I not go? So he made Lakshman Rekha around Sita. This is also significant because as long as Sita remained within the confines of the Lakshman Rekha, the line, mystic line of perfection, protection established by Lakshman, she's safe. But as soon as she steps out, then she's ready, then she's available to be kidnapped by Ravana. This is also significant. If we remain within the bounds of Dharma, following the principles of human life, of spiritual life, of dharmic life, that Srila Prabhupada outlined as following 4 rules, Char Niyam, then we're protected from adharma, we're protected from Ravana. But if we step outside the principles of Dharma, lying, cheating, stealing, indulging in anything that makes our mind and senses satisfied temporarily, then we are prone to fall down. We're prone to be kidnapped by Ravana. So Prabhupada established these principles, how to live a saintly life, what it means to live a saintly life, which is practically speaking unheard of in this age. This is real revolutionary lifestyle. People look to Che Guevara, Castro, Khrushchev, Roosevelt, Churchill. Oh, they were revolutionary. They tried to change society for the better. What did they do? They only created chaos. They had an idea how to serve and how to mold society in a particular way for the benefit of society. But what did they create? Only chaos. Only chaos. So who was real revolutionary? Srila Prabhupada. This Bhagavatam is meant to create viplava, to create a revolution in the lives of a misdirected civilization. Because people are misdirected. They don't know even how to be happy in this world, how to enjoy this world, this life, without becoming entangled in the laws of karma. And for this purpose, Vedavyas himself established Vedic principles. Idam Bhagavatam Nama Purana Brahma Samhitam Uttama Shloka Charitam Chakara Bhagavan Vishay Nishayasaya Lokasya Danyam Swastyanama. This Bhagavatam is not different from Lord himself. It is compiled by Vedavyas for the welfare, for the happiness of human society. Anarto Paksamam Sakshat Bhakti Yoga Madoksajay. Lokasya Janato Vidvams Chakri Satvata Samhitam. That Vedavyas could see that this suffering is all anartha. The suffering that human society undergoes is all anartha. It's unwanted. It's unnecessary. And he compiled Vedic literature, how to transcend, how to live in this world without becoming entangled in the negative aspects of karma, and repeatedly taking birth and repeatedly suffering and doing the same stupid thing over and over again. So our acharyas have left this information for us. And if we take advantage, then we're always safe within the construct of Dharma, as Sita was always safe within the construct of the Lakshman Rekha, the mystic power of Lakshman, who is not different from Balaram. So another point we can understand is that Ravana wanted Sita. Bhakti. Sita represents what? Sita represents Bhakti, Bhakti Devi. So how can Sita be achieved? Not by deception, because Ravana came not dressed as the Rakshasa king Ravana with his 10 heads. He came dressed as how? He came dressed as a sadhu, begging alms. And Sita, being kind-hearted, fell for it. Oh, some sadhu needs something. How can I serve this sadhu? And she stepped outside, Lakshman Rekha, and she was grabbed by Ravana. So this is also significant. In this age, practically speaking, most of the people that are dressed as sadhus are fakes, cheaters, simply out to fleece and loot the disciple. Just like there was one man I was hearing about. He is dressed like a sadhu, big yellow tilak, jata, beard. Many people follow him, but he teaches Mayavad philosophy. He chants Radhe, 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 which is also bogus. But he also teaches Mayavad philosophy, pure Mayavad philosophy. He says that what is Nara? What is a man? A man is Narayan, and a man is Narayan who's forgotten that he's Narayan. How does Narayan forget that he's Narayan? But this is what he teaches. And they chant Radhe, Radhe, Radhe. Krishna is very happy to hear Radha's name chanted. But Radharani is chanting Krishna's name. If you want to please Radharani, and we are all followers of Radha, this as Raganuga Bhaktas, we're followers of Radharani and six Goswamis, Rupa Goswami. Srinivasacharya saying, Krishna Kirtana Gana Nartana Paro. The Krishna Kirtan, loud Krishna Kirtan, not Radha Kirtan. Hare Krishna Mahamantra Kirtan, not Radhe, Radhe, Radhe. This is a concoction by a Mayavad philosopher. A wolf in the dress of a sheep. So this is like Ravana, dressed as a sadhu, but cheating people left and right. Because why are they cheated? Because they don't know what is Mayavad philosophy. They don't know what it means to be a follower of six Goswamis. Vande Rupa, we say, Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuja. We can't step outside the instructions of Srila Rupa Goswami, who is in Krishna Lila Rupa Manjari, who has a better handle on how to please the Lord than Rupa Manjari, how to please Srimati Radharani than Rupa Manjari. So we play Krishna Kirtana Gana Nartana Paro. That they're doing Ut Kirtan, Krishna, Ut Kirtan, loud chanting of Krishna's name. And if you want to be a gopi, Srila Prabhupada gave a formula, because these people think by chanting Radha, 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 they'll become Sahachar gopis. This is another bogus idea. Prabhupada said, if you want to be a gopi, if you want to have that kind of loving relationship with the Lord, then preach Krishna consciousness all over the world. Taktva Tornamashesha Mandalapate Shainim Sada Tuchabhat. Muktva Dina Ganesha Ko Karunaya Ko Pina Kantashito. Gopi Bhava Rasamrita Bilhari Kalola Magno Muhur. Mande Rupa Sanatano Ragujugo. Shri Jiva Gopalako. So you want to Gopi Bhava Rasamrita, if you want to dive and surface in an ocean of Gopi Bhava, there's a price to pay. Taktva Turnam. Give up everything as tuchavat, as insignificant, meaningless, and take kopin and kanta. Do you know what kanta is? Kanta is a chadar constructed by picking up all pieces of discarded cloth, torn cloth, and is sewn together into one piece. That is kanta. This is how the six Goswamis maintain their bodily warmth in the cold of winter with kanta, and they wore kopin and simple loincloth. This is the standard. If someone wants to touch Gopi Baba, then one has to be renounced from this world. It's not the business of armchair philosophers who sit around talking about Gopi Baba but have no inclination for renunciation. So many people present so many things, but most of them are simply cheaters. If we want to know what is the real thing, we refer to Shastra. The Shastra Vidimutshaja Vartate Kamakarata. Na Sasiddhim Avapnoti, na Sukham, na Param Gatim. We refer to Shastra. And there's no Shastra Vidhi to sit around chanting Radhe, 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 Radhe. We chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chanted, as six Goswamis chanted, as Jagannath Das, Bhakti Vinod, Gaur Kishore, Bhakti Siddhanta, Prabhupada, and all our ISKCON acharyas doing the same thing. If it's not broken, there's no need to try and fix it and introduce some new concocted idea. So there are many cheaters, and Ravana was one of them, dressed as a sadhu. So Sita cannot be achieved by deception, only by genuine renunciation. Taktva Tornamashesha Manda. They were Mandalapati, the six Goswamis. When Sanatana Goswami left his office. He had a boatload full of gold. People sacrifice lakhs and crores of rupees for little gold trinkets. Sanatana Goswami had a boatload full of gold, and he gave it all up to serve the Lord, to become an associate and serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we should take note. So Ravana wanted Sita Devi, but what did he get? Sita can destroy millions of Ravanas. So what did he get? Who did he run away with? Who did he force onto his Pushpa Viman and fly off into the sky? Maya Sita. So real bhakti cannot be achieved by deception. It can only be achieved by pure devotional service, which means to follow in the footsteps of a bona fide acharya. Vande Rupa Sanatano Vegojava. So Ravana's lust and greed ultimately led to his ruin. This is also Shastra. Kamarupena Kunteya Dushparena Analena Cha. That lust burns like fire, is never satisfied. He was so audacious, so outrageous, that he dared to kidnap the wife of Lord Ramchandra. Although he actually didn't, can't even touch Sita Devi. So the whole Ramayana, one of the key player is Ravana. No Ravana, no Ramayana. So this is Lord's Leela. Ravana is also one of the Jai Vijay, Kumbhakarna, Ravana, Shishupal, Dantavakra, Kansa. They're all incarnations of Jai Vijay for Lord's Leela. Prabhupada joked one time that the devotees won't come and fight with the Lord. So the demons come, and so Krishna can fight with them to keep the body fit. He said, he was joking like that, to keep the body fit. So ultimately, Sita went to take shelter of Valmiki Muni's ashram, where she bore her two sons, Lava and Kush, who grew up to be great, powerful devotees. So we should understand one thing, because of this, Rama is often criticized, because Sita had to undergo pariksha, Sita's pariksha, Agni pariksha. So Maya Sita came out of this fire, and Maya Sita was destroyed. Real Sita came out. And second pariksha was also there, because Lord Rama is one of the main reasons of his incarnation was to show the world what is the duty of a king, of a ruler. The first duty of any ruler is to see to the happiness and prosperity of the citizens. So he was out one day and he heard one barber talking about one barber's wife who was unchaste, and that person commented that I'll not take her back. I'm not like Rama, who took back his wife Sita from the house of another man. So this information was like thunderbolt on the head and heart of Rama. So Sita was banished when she was asked to undergo second pariksha, she entered the earth, went back into the earth. But is Rama ever separated from Sita? Is Lakshmi ever separated from Narayan? In Leela, no. In Tattva, no. In Leela, what is this? What is the reason for this? Why is Rama running through the forest? Sita, 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 running in such anxiety. He can create millions of Sitas. Why such a big deal about one Sita? To show an example of what is husband's duty, and to show what is his vipralambha bhava. Vipralambha bhava means the Lord's ecstasy and separation. When Lord is separated from Sita, or Radha is separated from Krishna, the intensity of that feeling surpasses the feeling of sambhog, or meeting, or being in the same association millions of times. This is the Lord's greatest happiness, vipralambha bhava. Like when Krishna left Vrindavan for Mathura, all the tender young gopis, 12, 14 years old, some are lying on the ground unconscious, some are trying to hold back the horses, some are holding onto the wheel, they're crying, but please don't leave. The intensity of love is millions of times greater in Vipralamba than in Sambhog. So externally, they're feeling pain. Internally, they're experiencing highest happiness, indescribable spiritual happiness in the core of their heart, because Krishna is the object of separation, and their association with Krishna's separation is greater. So Rama is separation from Sita, who is in the ashram of Valmiki Muni, is greater than when Sita is sitting on the throne by his side. So this should be understood, because people criticize Rama. What kind of God is that? He banished his pregnant wife. She stayed in the ashram of another man, Valmiki Muni. We should not consider the character of Valmiki Muni to be tarnished in any way also. He's beyond the influence of the modes of material nature. So there is explanation for this, and that is tattva. So to fully understand Lord's Leela, we have to understand tattva. So the emotions lover and beloved feel when separated from one another is actually blissful, although apparently painful. It is millions of times greater. Srila Prabhupada quotes Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in 5th canto, 19th chapter. I wanted to read that in the purport. Because Lord Ramchandra descended to teach human society how difficult, to teach human society how dutiful a king should be, he apparently gave up the company of Mother Sita and Lakshman. Factually, however, he could not have given them up. One should therefore learn about the activities of Lord Ramchandra from a self-realized soul. Then one can understand the transcendental activities of the Lord. So as devotees and hopefully as preachers who are tasked with the responsibility to explain Krishna Lila, to explain it from the standpoint of Tattva, we should understand exactly what is Ram Lila, what is Krishna Lila, who is Sita, who is Radha. Another example, people criticize Krishna. I say, you worship a god who danced with other people's wives in the dead of night? What kind of person was he? This is called Ardhakukutinai, half-hand philosophy. They read Shastra and read that Krishna danced with wives of other men in the dead of night. But they don't read the part that said that Krishna expanded himself millions of times, Shatakoti Gopi, 1 billion gopis, and Krishna expanded himself to dance with each and every gopi, and each gopi could understand that Krishna loves me the best, he's only with me. Not with any other gopi, he's only with me, he loves me best. This is Lord Sladini Shakti. This is the enjoying capacity of God. So understand first who was Krishna, who was Rama, before you want to criticize. So we should understand these leelas because we're representing Shastra, we're representing Parampara. It's an important thing. Anyone has any comment or question?
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, kindly unmute yourself, and if you have some question, you can ask to Prabhuji directly, or else if you can put theirs in your chat box. I had one question, Prabhuji. Like,
Okay.
uh, I had a question that Mother Sita, he left Lord Ramchandra beforehand because, as we see that in Mahaprabhu's pastime, Mahaprabhu lives Vishnupriya, and Lord Ramchandra pastimes, Mother Sita lives. So, like, the first time she was actually put into jungle. I mean, when this washerman he told something. Then afterwards, second time also like something happened that because of that she entered into earth or something that I heard. So could you a little clarify for you that what happened because of which Mother Sita had to enter into the earth, and like what happened afterwards? Like
Why there was a second proposition of Agni Pariksha?
Yeah, like yeah, second. Oh, is it the second Agni Pariksha that took place?
That I'm not sure. I'm not, I'm a Krishna Bhakta. I've not read whole Ramayana.
Yes.
When the book was gifted to me, though, I have an amazing godbrother, Ishwar. Maybe you know Ishwar Prabhu, Black Body.
Yeah.
He does amazing service. He just published a very authoritative translation of Ramcharitmanas.
Okay,
Very
Ramcharan.
beautifully. So I don't know the answer to that question exactly. Whether it was the first, I think maybe the second. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I shouldn't say because I'm just guessing.
Yes. Maybe second.
Anyone else knows the answer to that question?
रामानंद सागर
Really?
की
Ramananda Sagar Uvacha. Anyway, what did he say?
in Ramanand Sagar serial, no, in Locus Kand, I have seen in video that like second time they asked for Agni Pariksha and uh, she was finally came to Ayodhya. Uh, then she was again like asked to give the Agni Pariksha and
The question was
she became
why?
a
What precipitated the second request?
because Locus was claiming that they are the son of Mother Sita, and Lord Ram was not agreed to accept, and he again asked, you have to prove, and you have to give some say, kind of pariksha, then I will accept. Then he told, okay, then I am going in earth only.
Lavan
Rama
Kush almost practically defeated Rama himself in battle with the challenge horse. They took the challenge horse and said, "Come get it," and Ram couldn't get it from his own children.
Mhm.
You would think that something is special about these kids. They must have some very powerful father. Anyway, there's so many versions of Ramayana. There's probably a dozen different versions. The Oriya people have a version. The Bengalis have a version. Tulsidas has a version. Valmiki has a version. Anyway, it's such a beautiful story. If you hear this story of love and Kush and you don't cry, your heart is like a stone. It's so emotionally impactful.
Yes, Pradeep. So, so many wonderful lessons we got to know today's class, specifically for me. Prabhu was talking that if you want to get to like people, they very cheaply they want to get Gopi Bhav and they want to become the associate of Radharani. So it's not so cheap as people they portray. So Prabhu was telling that no, you need to get to that, to preach Krishna consciousness throughout the whole world. As Sad Goswami took up the mission of Mahaprabhu, Gopi Bhav. So, so that copy in a Kanthashita that Prabhu was telling. So really it struck me. So must not take things very, very cheaply. And pure devotion cannot be achieved by deception. That Prabhuji told us. That point I really like very much. So we're really very grateful to Prabhuji for giving his most precious time. So we're blessed to have Prabhuji Association today on Zoom. Maybe devotees would be coming for Nursing Chaturdashi then. Maybe Prabhu would not be there by then. So anyway, next
Uh,
time maybe.
all devotees are coming for Nishinga Chaturdasi.
Yeah, almost all of them will come.
And don't miss
And
it.
there are some more devotees, right? That's really.
Come
Can you
early.
bless them?
Temple room's
Bless us.
packed. Temple room's absolutely packed. There's practically a stampede 2 years ago.
Yes,
Everyone's so eager.
yes, brother. There is one question in the chat, project. Could you take it? Could we take it? Should the people of that truly understand the divine nature of Sita? If yes, then is the second Agni Pariksha historically present in all the men? Oh, this is quite little. I mean, maybe the first question can be addressed. So maybe the second part of the question is
If they understand that, if they understand Sita as a goddess, then Leela's over. It's like Mother Yashoda is looking into the mouth of Krishna, and her Vatsalya Bhav is finished when she sees the universe is within the mouth of her boy. Who is this boy? But then his mouth is open. Oh, maybe he's hungry. Vatsalya Bhav finished. I mean, this Vaishvarya Bhav finished and Vatsalya Bhav takes over. Maybe he's hungry. Let me feed him. He's my boy. But Leela can't take place in Krishna Leela, Ram Leela, if they understand that this is God. At least in Krishna Leela, this is true. They asked Nanda Maharaj, when they see Krishna lifting Govardhan Hill, they think maybe your boy, he could be the Supreme Personality of God and maybe a powerful Devata, probably God himself. What do you think? Nanda Maharaj said, he is my son. He is my son. He is my son. He is unable to accommodate the godhood of Krishna because he's under the influence of Yogamaya, making him think that I am the father of Krishna. He is my boy. Mother Yashoda is thinking, if I don't feed him, he'll starve. If I don't teach him mannerisms, he may grow up to become a thief. He's stealing butter. He's creating havoc. You have to discipline him. How is it possible? But she's feeling like this under the influence of Yogamaya. So without that, then how is her Leela? If Sita shows her power, then she just Ramana steps forward, she raises her eyebrow, Ravana is finished, Leela's over. So that so Ayodhyavasis have to be part of the Leela that she is the wife of Rama, our king. She is not Lakshmi. She's the wife of our king, of Prince Rama, or ultimately King Rama. We good?
yeah, Arvind Kumar Koripro. So hopefully you got the answer. So Prabhu was talking about that if divinity is revealed, so the natural feelings for Adhyavasis will be obstructed, and that's Prabhu was telling that it's all about yoga maya that making it happen, all pastimes and all that. Thank you so much for a wonderful question you asked. And we'd like to thank Prabhuji, Sarvadek Prabhuji, for giving us Prabhu's wonderful association. All of you kindly invite yourself and raise your hand wherever you are. Open up your videos and kindly chant loudly Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you very much. His Grace Sarvadek
Okay.
Prabhuji ki jai.
Thank you for that. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. So, Prabhuji, put on, I mean, Prabhuji, yeah, Prabhuji. Okay, thank you so much, Prabhu, for joining today for Chitanami session. So, it's like just very ad hoc arrangement. Prabhu agreed to come. The Prabhu's mercy. Hare Krishna. So, we request devotees kindly come for the camp. So, we are having camp from 30th April. There is Nursing Chaturdasi. बस बिल्कुल। जी बोल। सीता राम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की, मैया सीता की जय।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। प्रभु जी लाइक 30 को नहीं आ पा रहा कोई, या एक को आना चाहता, मतलब 30 में बैठूंगा तो शायद एक को आ पाऊँ, तो चलेगा क्या?
नरसिंह चतुर्दशी के बाद ऐसा कुछ हुआ नहीं था। नरसिंह देव के पिताजी का नाम था पिलर प्रभु। पिलर प्रभु ने फीस्ट नहीं दिया था, जैसे जगन्नाथ मिश्रा फीस्ट मिलता है, नंद उत्सव का फीस्ट मिलता है। तो आप एक दिन बाद आके कोई फायदा नहीं मिलेगा। वही पिलर मिलेगा। पिलर आपको कुछ रसगुल्ला भी नहीं देंगे। आना है तो उस दिन आइए, या फिर उससे पहले दिन आइए, है ना। मतलब आपको खूब रसगुल्ला खिलाएंगे। बाद में आगे क्या मिलेगा। हाँ, जाके खा सकते हैं कुछ, लेकिन फीस्ट नहीं मिलेगा। ठीक है प्रभु, उसी दिन आइए। नरसिंह चतुर्दशी से एक दिन पहले आना चाहिए, है कि नहीं? यस नो?
आना तो चाहिए प्रभु जी, बस थोड़ा छुट्टी वगैरह का दिक्कत हो रहा है।
ठीक
यस
है,
प्रभु
कोई
जी,
बात नहीं।
प्रयास प्रयास करूंगा प्रभु जी। आप कुछ कृपा कर दीजिए तो थोड़ा हो जाएगा शायद।
पूरा कृपा है, पूरी प्रार्थना है। ठीक है। हरे कृष्ण। जय नरसिंह देव भगवान की जय। श्री प्रभुपाद।